Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are playing around with a whole lot of Max Factor makeup. This is the face I've created. It's a very mixed review. These are all the products that we're going to be using. Like, it literally got a full box. Yeah, some of it is great, some of it is not so great, but carry on watching to find out. Okay, so the first thing that I have is this Flawless Finity All Day Flawless Foundation. This is a 3-in-1, so it's a primer, foundation and concealer, and apparently it's a flexi hold formulation, so basically it's going to be very lightweight, but it's going to be like full coverage and quite dewy. We have SPF 20 in here, which is great, and I've got the shade Warm Golden. So I've not got a primer. I'm going to use this as a foundation and primer and basically test out its claims. Is it going to fill my pores? Is it going to hydrate my skin? Let's have a look. Right, so I just pumped it out and it's separating all over my hand. What the? Okay, I got this a while ago, but not that long ago. It's like really runny. I don't know if it's like supposed to be like that. Okay, the more I pump it out, the less runny it is. Okay, so this is like kind of the consistency. It's very runny because I think it's separated in the bottle. Not a great start, so I'm just gonna pop some on my face. It looks like a really good color match and it looks quite full coverage. Right, foundation is on. And that was a bumpy ride, I'm not gonna lie. So when I first squirted out the foundation, it had literally separated in the bottle. So it was like watery. And then finally I kind of got like a thicker consistency out. But I feel like it's separating on my nose. And I've got nothing on my face right now. I moisturized about maybe 2 hours ago. So nothing on the face. It's hydrated. And it's separating. I don't understand. Like, it looks really dry and cakey here. Kind of looks a little bit more dewy around here. It's like so inconsistent. I like the coverage. I would say it's definitely like medium to full coverage depending on how much you put on. But I had to put on a lot to cover my face. I did about 3 pumps. You're basically going to get through that bottle like that. I like the color match. I like the fact that it's very lightweight. I can't really feel foundation on my face right now, which is... that's the feeling that you want. It's like a gel consistency. It feels nice on your skin, but however, when I'm looking at it, it looks a little bit cakey. It looks a little bit drying. It's separated on my nose. I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see that. Not the biggest fan so far. I thought I was going to love this. I honestly have gone into this video with high hopes, thinking every single thing is gonna work, but I will tell you that my pores do look a little bit smaller, so I feel like the formulation is actually quite hydrating and has like a blurring effect on the skin. Max Factor is owned by Coty, which it owns like MAC and Kylie Cosmetics and all that kind of stuff. So every time I look at Max Factor in the drugstore, I'm like, ooh, this is bougie drugstore. Like, it's higher end. Like, this foundation was about £15. Their products are, most of them are priced like £10 and upwards, so for a drugstore that is expensive. So I used to think like everything would work. Max Factor is like more of a sophisticated drugstore brand. It's like tailored towards, I would say, older women. Their products are quite timeless in a way. They don't come out with like fun products. It's all like very like neutral products. I would just assume that everything would work really well, but judging from this foundation, I'm like, ooh, maybe my assumptions were wrong. So for concealer, I have the Face Finity All Day Flawless Concealer, and this is in the shade 020. This says it has like a flexi hold formulation as well, so it doesn't actually say if it's like matte or luminous or anything like that. Right, so it has like a very basic applicator. Let's go in. Okay, I like the color because it's quite brightening. But if this is not full coverage, it's gonna make me look ashy like very fast. You know what? It blends nicely, but then it still looks really cakey and bitty around here. Like, it just looks like it's about to separate. That's honestly what the product is looking like. I'm thinking maybe a sponge might be better to put, you know, blend everything in. That blends actually like a dream, and it's got really nice coverage as well, and it looks healthy and luminous. I actually really like that. It does look a little bit bitty here, but I reckon that's because of the foundation. I actually really like this concealer. It's full coverage, it's dewy, my favorite kind of concealer really, and it's not creasing that much. I actually really like it. I think this is a really nice like drugstore option. Yeah, and that's just left those areas quite dewy, except for the forehead. I don't know what's going on here. I'll zoom you guys in. It looks really bitty there. Right, so we're not going to set anything. We're going to do some cream contouring. So I have the Max Factor Miracle Contouring Palette. You get like an array of colors. You've got some like warms, cool tones, and then you've got some like concealer shades. We're going to use them. We're going to use this formulation and see what it's about. One thing that's kind of annoying about Max Factor packaging, there's no mirrors in anything, and everything is kind of at a higher price point. So I'm a bit like, if you're going to be charging 15 10 pounds for things, please add a mirror. These are the shades that you get. I think I'm going to go into like the cooler shades to contour with, and then use the warmer shades to kind of bronze up my face. And then I'm also going to try out these like little concealer shades right here, little highlight shades, and do a little bit of highlighting. Ooh, that's a really nice cool tone shade. Ooh, it's pigmented enough. Like, it's like really soft, but in a nice way. Honestly, in the pan, it looks way more grey than it comes off, but it just comes off like a cool tone brown, which is just, it's gorgeous. Wow, that is so easy to apply. That is beautiful. You can build that up. It's like a really soft formulation. It's such an easy application. I feel like this is foolproof. This is actually really, really nice. I really like this. We're gonna go into like these deeper shades. That's a nice shade. I think it's a fabulous contouring palette. I love that. That is such a gorgeous contouring and bronzing palette. I feel like it's actually come out on my skin so nicely. It looks lightweight, it's blendable, it's soft, it's easy to use. If you're looking for a cream contouring palette, this one is such a good choice. I didn't actually think that it was going to really come out on my skin tone, but it does. I feel like this would be suited for light to medium skin tones. I'm pleasantly surprised by this. Little goes a long way as well. Wow, I really, really, really rate this. Right, I'm gonna do a tiny bit of highlighting. So I'm gonna take like a mixture of like these 4 shades. Okay, you can see like just a touch of brightness on this side. That brightens the skin so nicely. Right, I cannot lie, this is freaking amazing. I actually love this. Look at my face. It has so much dimension in it. It's like great for contouring. You've got like warmth in here to bronze up your face. You've got lighter colors for a little bit of highlighting. You could probably use this yellow one for color correcting, and the same with this like orangey one. This is such a versatile product, and I love it. I feel like I might even like prefer it to my sleek contour palette, and that one's like raved about all over the internet, like the best drugstore cream contour palette, but I think I might actually prefer this one. That being said, if I zoom you guys in, if you can see around my nose here, like my foundation, well, my base is basically breaking up. You can see bits of my skin. It looks awful. My skin looks awful. I think it's the foundation, and I don't know if I've got like a dud or whatever, but it came out watery, and then ever since I feel like the formulation is like dry and patchy. No. So what I am going to do is something I don't usually do because I don't need to do it, but I'm going to spritz the face before I powder down. So hopefully everything will mesh together. So this is the Max Factor Lasting Performance Spray. It's got all day setting power stay apparently. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Oh my god. This, I kid you not, smells exactly like the Rimmel one. Not only does it smell like the Rimmel one, it has like the same like ethanol scent afterwards, and the way it's setting down is pretty identical. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is exactly the same as the Rimmel setting spray, but at a higher price point. Like you get the same amount in the Rimmel one too. It's the same, like the same kind of like melon scent. The way it dries down, like this is semi-matte. I can feel it already. Oh my, excuse me, excuse me. How can they be the same? So if anyone watching this video loves this spray and wants it at a cheaper price point, get the Rimmel one. It's exactly the same. Wow, shocking stuff, guys, shocking stuff. As I've sprayed that down, I feel like my skin actually looks a lot more dewy and it has a bit more life in it. And I feel like it's improved the texture of like everything a touch. But if I zoom you in, and I hope you guys can see this, basically it's still really bitty in some areas. Around my nose, maybe it's meshed in just a tiny bit, but I can still see separation. I can still see a lot of product here, and it's like separated. It's all separated. Not had a base look like this in a very, very long time. So now we're gonna finally powder everything down. Maybe the powdering will actually save the face, who knows. So this is the Max Factor Mineral Veil Radiant Loose Powder. I think there's only one shade. It doesn't actually say what shade it is, so that's why I assume there's only one shade. In honesty, this is a very, very thin pot. You don't get a lot of powder at all. I use a lot of powder. I have a big face. This powder is actually really interesting. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's like bits of glitter in here. So it really does mean radiant when it says radiant. Okay, there's not been much creasing with the concealer and foundation. That's great. Okay, I quite like the way that's set my under eye. I do see little bits of glitter and sparkle, but I'm not completely mad at it. My favorite powder is the She Glam one. If you watch my channel, I think you already know that. And that is like a luminous finish, and it does have little bits of glitter in it, but I feel like they're more finer than this Max Factor one. But so far, I'm mad at it. I actually think it looks really nice, and as I'm pressing it into the skin, it's like giving me like a nice smooth finish. Okay, so I'm going to be completely honest, and I'm going to tell you that I loved that powder. I feel like it set my face so nicely. It's not overly dry, it's not tight. I feel like it's sunk into the base absolutely perfect. It's left a really nice like veil, like a smooth veil over my face. It has made the base look 10 times better. I feel like you can still kind of see that it's broken up on my nose, which I don't think there's anything that's going to be able to save that. But from afar, my face actually looks really nice. So I'm going to spritz it again just to get a bit more life back in this face, because it's very, very matte. Yeah, definitely the base looks 10 times better now. 10 times better. Right, so I have the Max Factor Face Finity Bronzer, and this is in the shade 02 Warm Tan. So this is the deeper one. I'm very excited to be warming up the face. So this is the shade. Have a little bit of a closer look. It looks quite warm, but then not too warm. I feel like it's going to be pigmented, so I'm going to literally just start off light. Guys, it's Leo season. I'm going to be 28 in like a week. What the heck? But I'm also very excited to celebrate. I feel like this year I'm going to celebrate extra hard because it's been a crazy year. That is a nice bronzer. That is a nice bronzer. I feel like a little goes a long way. I feel like this is quite a versatile colour. I feel like you could get away with it if you're like light medium like me, medium, tan, maybe even deep, because I feel like you could definitely build this up. Yeah, so Leo season is in full swing, and yeah, I think I'm gonna be going bath for my birthday, which I'm really excited about. Okay, if I really want to be bougie, I'm gonna say bath. I'm gonna go bath for my birthday and go to a spa, have afternoon tea. You know, that's all I want to do. I just want to relax, be pampered a little bit. Right, I'm not joking when I say it. There's like a whole patch of foundation that's been removed from there. Ask me why. I have no idea. Put a bit of bronzer on there and this whole bit came off. Why is this base so difficult? I actually had so high hopes for that foundation. I thought it was going to change my makeup game, but really it's just made my life a little bit of hell. So I'm going to use that powder and try and salvage that again. That being said, I actually love the bronzer. I feel like it melts into the skin really nice. It's pigmented. It's not patchy. It's really nice. Honestly, I've tried to clean up that little bronzer bit there, but we're just going to carry on because it is what it is. So I've got a blush here. So I've got a Max Factor Puff Blush in the shade Seductive Pink. This is the shade. I'm not entirely sure this is going to show up, but we're going to go in there. They didn't really have many deeper shades of blush. I heard these are really good. They're like a staple in the drugstore, so let's try it. Oh, I actually love that. Oh, it's like a really nice soft baby doll pink, and it is actually quite pigmented. I really like that. Okay, I'm glad like this works straight away. Okay, I'm in love with that. That is, these blushes, this is such a nice formulation. It's quite pigmented, and it just, I did like one swipe and it was just perfect. Yes to this. These are a little bit pricey for what they are though. You get like a little elf one, which does the same thing essentially for like half the price. Right, a very exciting time of the video. We're doing highlight. So I've got the Max Factor Face Finity highlight powder, and this is in the shade Golden Hour. It's like quite a creamy formulation. I just hope it's not too gold. That's my only concern. It is gold, but it's like not too gold. If there was like a little bit more like silver in here, I feel like it would be 10 times better. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel like a cream formulation in the pan, but then as you apply it, it's far more dry. Like, I don't think this is my favorite formulation when it comes to a highlight. This looks super exciting. Like when I swatch it on the back of my hand, like that looks so beautiful, but I just feel like when you apply it to the face, it took a lot to get here. And again, it's not that blinding, and it is quite a yellow gold, but then the other shade was very, very silvery. I feel like a midpoint between the two would have been great. I like it. It's nice, but it's not great. I actually preferred the bronzer and blush to this. So yeah, it's nice, but again, I just don't think it's incredible. I'm not gonna lie, I've been through a lot of emotions in this video so far. There's been things I've really liked, but there's been things I've really not liked as well. And I was expecting this whole thing to be great. Like, I feel like I have a quite emotional attachment to Max Factor because one of the first foundations I ever had was a Max Factor one. It was like they still sell it to this day. It's like a bottle this big, and it's like a squeezy tube, and it's like lasting performance foundation or something like that. It was the first foundation I ever had, and for me that was a big deal because I have vitiligo, so that was like the first kind of camouflage makeup that I ever did. That's kind of what got me into makeup really, and I'm a little bit sad that it's not gone better because I was expecting to love everything. So for eyeshadow, I've got this eyeshadow palette. So this is the Golden Nudes Masterpiece Nude Palette. I actually love the shades. These are the shades. Like, how gorgeous are these? These are so nice. I feel like we're gonna do something a little bit like smoky. There's some like khaki colors in here. Maybe we can use those. And yeah, let's just go in. I'm excited for this because I love a cool tone. That is a fabulous transition shade. Oh my god, that was just perfect, really. Love that. Love that nude shade. It's so nice. Okay, I have more hope for this now. Honestly, in this palette, other than the white and the black, there's no other mattes. So I'm like, what shimmer will I take? So what I'm going to do is, in the inner portion of the eye, I'm going to take the gold. And the outer portion, I'm going to take this more like khaki green. And we're just going to make it like a little bit of a smoky eye. Going into that gold first. Ooh, that is... Ooh. What the heck? That is more blinding than the highlight. That is stunning. Oh my god. Yes to that. That has opened up my eyes so much. Right, and then we're going to go into this like khaki colour, this green one. And we're just going to pop that on the outer edge. Okay, it's not as exciting. You get like a hint of green, but it's just like more, like a muddy dark browny colour. It just comes out a little bit matte. It's absolutely easy to blend. These eyeshadows are very, very smooth and I'd say quite beginner friendly. Like you could do a smoky eye very, very easily. But I'm not totally inspired by that green. I feel like it's just a bit of a muddy colour. I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It looks so exciting. This one. It's like a white with lots of little gold reflex. So I'm gonna use that in the inner corner. Ooh, yes. Like this palette. I feel like if I had like one or two more neutral mattes, it'd be perfect. What I do have to say though, it was expensive for this palette. It was like 10 or 15 pounds, and for this many shades, I mean you get 8 shades. They're not that exciting. They're not that unique. You could probably get all this in like a Morphe palette and even more. So it's on the pricier side for sure. I quite like that. So far it's coming together quite nicely. Right, so under the eye, I'm going to go back into that khaki green shade and just run that under the eye. Okay, that is actually really nice. Okay, I quite like this. I wish I had like one more matte shade and I think it would be like a perfect palette. It's a little bit pricey, I have to say that, because it really truly is, but it's nice. I do want to use this deep dark eyeshadow, the black one, so we're going to use that. I'm going to try and like line the eye. Okay, so liner wise, that's not too bad. I'm just going to use a little bit for it to make it like a little cat eye situation, like so. I actually think that black liner is really quite nice. It's deep, but then also very soft. I like this eyeshadow palette. So I've got really nice like kind of smoky eyeshadow look. It's like got tones in here that you would use on an everyday basis. I would say this would be a really good night out slash date night eyeshadow palette. Like these are like smoky night tones. To further line the eyes, I've got an eyeliner here. This is the Max Factor Masterpiece High Precision Liquid Eyeliner, and this is in the shade Velvet Black. Ooh, okay, so we've got a very long tip, but it's thin, so that's good. I'm just gonna put it out there. I actually found that quite hard to do because this eyeliner just decides to just skip parts and just go wherever the hell it wants. So it's not the easiest thing to use, but it is nicely black. Okay, eyeliner is on. Is this the easiest thing to use? No, but it definitely has a precise tip. Very, very good for wings. Very easy to do the wing, to be honest. I like it. I don't love it. I would use this. Like if I have another eyeliner and I missed a little gap, I would use this one to fill in that gap. So you can be quite precise with it. But just for a general wing, I just found it a little bit tricky to use. It's not my favorite. It's nice, but it's not great. I swear to God, so far that has been the theme. It's nice, but it's not great. Right, so we're moving on to brows. So I've got the Max Factor Brow Slanted Eyebrow Pencil. This is in the shade Dark Brown. This is what the tip is like. You can see it's like slanted. So first things first, I'm gonna spoolie through the brows. Okay, to be fair, that brow was very easy to do. The pomade is so creamy and pigmented. It's very brown. I wish it was like a little bit more cool toned, but that was a very easy brow to do. I have thoughts and feelings on these brows. They were quite easy to do, I won't lie, but the slanted shape is quite thick, so it's like not ideal. If it was a bit thinner, it'd be far better. The pomade is like very soft, so a lot comes off, and if we're in hot weather right now, I feel like sometimes in hot weather when you put product on that's more waxy and it's gonna melt, like a lot of product can come off. I feel like I have a lot of product in my brows right now. They're really dark but then also very warm. Not my preference. I like them cool. I can actually see all the product in my brows, like they look done, but I like my brows to look not done, as in I just like to draw on brow hairs and for them to look quite natural. Right now it looks like I've used like literally a pomade pot to do them, because they're very quite like very dark and producty. That's the best way I can describe it. Right, so we're doing mascara. So like Max Factor are definitely famous for their mascara. The false lash effect, that's a great one. I used that one in my like teenagers, and my lashes, people always used to compliment my lashes, and it was that mascara. So now I've got the volume infusion one. It's the pink one. I thought let's try a different one. This is the brush, so it's more like a natural bristle shape, and it's quite soft. The bristles are quite soft. With the false lash effect one, that one has like plastic bristles, so it's very different. You know what, that wasn't bad. It's definitely giving me length and a little bit of volume. Let's see how it layers up. I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like these lashes. Like, they are wispy, voluminous, lengthened. It did take me about 10 layers to get there, but these look nice. I actually don't mind this mascara at all. I feel like this, you do need patience with it. It takes a lot of layers to build up, but if you like lashes that are separated, a little bit wispy and voluminous, this is a good option. Right, so for lips, I have two products here. I have the Max Factor Color Elixir Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Brown and Nude. This is the shade. Looks like a nice brown tone nude, clues in the name. And then I have the Max Factor Lipfinity Velvet Matte Lipstick, and this is in the shade Vanity Brown. But there's nothing that's brown about this. This definitely looks pink. Right, lip liner's on. I do feel like the formulation feels a little bit dry, but it felt really creamy going on. The tip actually broke off. I love the color. Actually love the color. I just don't really like the feeling. I'm like 50-50 on that, but because I like the color, I'm gonna give it a pass. It smells quite nice, like quite fruity. I have thoughts about this as well. Love the color. Quite like the formulation. It really reminds me of like NYX Soft Matte Cream or the collection like Mousse Souffle lip things. This is a way too expensive for what it is. This actually retails for like £10. The formulation feels exactly like the collection ones. I swear they have a color which is pretty damn spot on to this, and that one's like literally less than £5. This retails for like £10. It's double the price, but formula-wise it's pretty much the same. It's quite drying on the skin. I like it, but I'd say it's pretty matte. I'd say it's like a soft matte. It's not completely drying, but actually, as I'm saying that, it's drying down even more and more. It's not that velvety. Like usually with velvet mattes, you have a little bit of slip in there. This has basically dried down like a complete matte. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And I swear to God, that has been the theme for this entire brand. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And you know, I always used to walk past the Max Factor counter and be like, am I missing out? I always felt like FOMO because I'd never tried their stuff, but it was always a little bit like out of my budget, basically. Like if I'm getting a lipstick, I'm not gonna go for a Max Factor £10 one when I could get like a NYX £4 one, or like a Revolution £5 one. Do you know what I mean? But I was always curious about the formulations, and now that I've tried them, I'm like, I don't really think I was missing out. Right guys, so this is my full face of Max Factor makeup. I actually love the way it looks. I feel like it's like quite a classic like smoky look. I like the colors, I like the tones. I feel like overall it looks really good, but like individually the products are not the best. I feel like we made the best out of like not so great products really. So I'll tell you the things that didn't agree, and then I'll tell you about the things I loved. First things up, the foundation. I don't know if I've got a dud or if this is the actual formulation, but it broke up before I even used it. I've not even had it for that long. It was really patchy on the skin, like it actually broke up, and if you have a close-up on my skin right now, you can literally see that it's broken up. I just no, I'll be mixing that foundation with other things, so you know, it's not, it can't even hold its own. The setting spray, exactly the same as the Rimmel one, exactly same scent, same way it dries, just exactly the same, just more expensive. Like I can't justify it. It's nothing groundbreaking, it's nothing great, like I can live without it. The brow pencil, a bit too pomady. I feel like if you have sparse brows, it'd be really good because it'd like help give you like the darkness, the intensity, but no, it looks too producty. The highlighter, I actually like expected a lot more. I don't know why this doesn't look that blinding. It's not that exciting, but in the pan it was like shiny AF. It looked beautiful, but I feel like the gold from the eyeshadow is far more beautiful. Look, I get very excited about highlighters, and if one is not exciting me, it doesn't take much to excite me, then it's not that great. And it was pricey. The bronzer, the blush, the highlighter, all like £10 each. That's expensive, especially for drugstore, and especially if it's not that pigmented or whatever. That being said, the blush was actually really nice. Mascara is nice. It's not groundbreaking, but it is nice. Lip liner is very drying. Like the colour, it's very drying. Lipstick itself, same thing, like the colour, very drying. The eyeliner skipped a little bit. It was a bit hard to use. We've not had the best time, to be honest. Okay, I'll tell you the things that I actually really enjoyed. Concealer. Right, I like the concealer. I think it's worth it. It blends out really nice. It's everything the foundation should have been. The blush, beautiful. Like honestly, just like a really soft sweep of colour on your skin. Gorgeous. The contour palette, a phenomenal formulation. A little goes a long way. It's pigmented, not too pigmented. Blends out really nice. The bronzer was nice, blends out nice. The powder was also very nice. I liked it. It does leave glitter in your skin, but it's not too noticeable. And then there's the eyeshadow palette. It works, it's really nice. It's very basic, but it works. But do I feel like it's worth £15? No, by no means. So yeah, very, very mixed review. I'm not entirely sure I love Max Factor makeup. Like I was expecting to love it, but at the end of this, I'm like, it's all a bit meh and a little bit outdated in their formulations. And just overall not that excited about the brand. And now that I've got to know their products, I'm just a bit like, I wasn't really missing out. There are some nice products, but there are far too many meh products. I am happy with my overall makeup, so that's a good thing. But do I think there's better alternatives for things I didn't like on the market? Absolutely, and at a cheaper price point. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's been a while since I've done a full face of. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.